Have you ever thought about what it really takes to keep our food safe? Today, we're looking at a breakthrough that's changing the game at a microscopic level. We're talking about a powerful combination of nature and nanotechnology that's protecting everything from the crops in the field to the milk in your fridge. So, here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll unpack the hidden crisis lurking in our food chain. Then, we'll introduce a totally new physical solution. After that, we'll see it in action out in the real world. And finally, we'll look at what all of this means for a cleaner, more sustainable future. All right, first things first. To really get why a new approach is so desperately needed, we have to understand the invisible battle that's being fought in our food systems every single day. You know, it's a question we don't ask ourselves nearly enough. We tend to trust that the food we buy is safe, but the way we've been growing and preserving it, relying heavily on chemical agents, comes with some serious hidden costs for our own health and for the planet. And here's the core of the problem. We've gotten ourselves stuck in this dangerous loop. We spray chemicals to kill off germs, but the toughest ones survive. They get stronger, and they evolve to resist our drugs. This forces us to use even more powerful chemicals, which pollutes our environment, leaves residues on our food, and creates real health risks for the people who grow it. So what if we just stopped the chemical warfare? What if instead of trying to poison these threats, we could just take them apart physically at a microscopic level? Well, that's exactly where this new technology called KADOnano comes into the picture. Okay, this right here shows the huge shift in thinking. Most traditional methods use synthetic chemicals to start a chemical reaction, but KADOnano is completely different. It uses natural stuff, nanogold, and plant extracts to physically destroy the pathogens. And here's the kicker. Because it's a physical takedown, there's literally no way for the germs to evolve and build up resistance. It completely breaks that cycle we were just talking about. So how does this physical destruction actually work? Well, think of a germ like a tiny water balloon. Chemicals and antibiotics try to poison the water inside that balloon, and eventually the balloon can learn to defend itself. KADOnano, on the other hand, acts like a microscopic pin. The nanogold particles just touch the cell wall and pop. It's that simple. It's an elegant and, more importantly, a final solution that bacteria just can't outsmart. And the formula itself is just brilliant. The nanogold delivers that physical punch, but it's backed up by this incredible team of natural allies. You've got plant extracts like tea tree, which is famous for its antimicrobial power, and then agarwood and rosemary, which are amazing at getting rid of odors. This isn't just a random mix. It's a true synergy where nature and science work together to boost each other's effects. Okay, so the science is really cool, right? But what does this technology actually do out in the real world? Let's take a look at how it's already making a huge difference in 3 major industries. Let's start out in the fields. You see, for farmers, 2 of the biggest struggles are keeping produce fresh after it's picked and protecting their crops from disease, all without leaving nasty chemical residues behind. This is a total game changer. The tech actually breaks down ethylene, that's the natural hormone that makes fruit get ripe and eventually go bad. By stopping it, the shelf life of produce gets way longer. At the same time, it forms a physical shield against common plant diseases. So what do you get? Longer-lasting fruits and veggies, way less food waste, and absolutely zero chemical residue. All right, next up, let's head over to the farm. We're going to see how this technology is making barns and stables cleaner and healthier places for animals, which is super important for their well-being and for the quality of stuff like our milk. Ask any dairy farmer, and they'll tell you 2 of their biggest nightmares are mastitis, an infection that ruins milk, and the overpowering smell of ammonia. This tech hits both problems head-on. It physically cleans equipment to cut the risk of infection, and at the same time, those natural agarwood and rosemary extracts just get rid of odors at the source. That means healthier cows and a much, much better and safer environment for the farm workers. And finally, let's take a look at aquaculture. You know, fish and shrimp farming. In this industry, water quality is everything. For years, they've had to rely on tons of antibiotics to control disease, and that's a huge problem for the environment. This is where that physical sterilization method really becomes a hero because it can directly replace antibiotics. It cleans the water by breaking down harmful ammonia and physically popping dangerous bacteria like Vibrio. This creates a much healthier home for the fish, which means more of the young ones survive, and we get a cleaner, more sustainable product on our plates. And maybe this one sentence says it all. It's so safe that farmers don't need any special masks or suits. They can spray it right in the barn with all the animals standing right there. Think about what that means for daily work. It makes everything so much simpler, and it gets rid of a huge health risk for the people who work so hard to produce our food. So this is about more than just solving the problems we have right now. It's really about creating a blueprint for a smarter, safer, and more sustainable way to feed ourselves for generations to come. And the innovation is not slowing down. There's already a major upgrade to the formula plan for May 2026, which promises to be even better at sterilizing and preserving. So this isn't a one-and-done solution. It's an evolving platform that's committed to getting better and better.
For businesses today, sustainability isn't just a nice word to throw around. It's a real requirement. This technology gives them a direct way to meet those critical environmental, social, and governance, or ESG goals. Because it's totally biodegradable, it leaves no trace, which takes a huge burden off our land and water. It helps companies build a business model that's actually responsible.
And that's the bottom line, isn't it? This isn't about making a trade-off. It's a true win-win-win situation. The planet wins because there's less pollution, the producers win because they have healthier animals, less waste, and safer jobs, and of course, we, the consumers, win because we get safer, cleaner food on our tables.
Well, when you shift from fighting a constant chemical war to using a smarter, physical solution that's inspired by nature, it really seems like the answer could be yes. This is about more than just clean food. It's a blueprint for a future where technology doesn't try to conquer nature, but actually partners with it. Thanks for watching.